Hey, hi, hello. My name is Cleverly Jones, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are here to discuss Love Has Won, The Cult of Mother God, Episode 3. So, Episode 3 opens up with Amy's daughter, and her daughter begins to tell the story about her mother and how she came to live with her grandmother. So, we get a little more background. I believe in the first two episodes, they really didn't, although Amy left her kids, they didn't say that she was a neglectful mother. But when you get to episode 3, you hear the whole story of how the daughter was sitting, in a diaper, in a used diaper, by herself. Her grandmother got there to pick her up, and that's when Amy lost custody of her. So they get a little deeper into why the kids aren't with Amy. And then we cut to a scene where Amy makes it to Hawaii. They believe that she is doing better in Hawaii because at this point, Amy is really sick. So they think she's doing better in Hawaii. And then they have a scene where Amy is singing a Whitney Houston song. And I thought that was ironic because they both deal with mental illness and addiction. So I thought that honestly was kind of spooky to me. At this point, Amy is so blue. Like you can tell the silver that she's taking has an effect. It's having an effect on her appearance. At this point, her sister and her talk through Skype. The sister is very concerned about the appearance of Amy and her health, and she calls Dr. Phil for help. Why she called Dr. Phil, I don't know, but I mean, I guess desperate times calls for desperate measures. They appeared on the Dr. Phil show, and I was surprised that they said they had to drive. I believe it was 24 hours to the Dr. Phil show. I'm like, Dr. Phil, you couldn't fly these people out? Like, you made them drive all that way? I thought that was weird. I would think with a budget of a show that they could actually fly them out. I felt like Dr. Phil was being a butthole, to say the least, with his line of questioning. I mean, of course, he was giving her the real questions like, hey, do you really think you're, Jesus? If so, if you think you're God, why not heal yourself? So, but it was snarky. It was really snarky. And hopefully he offered her some type of aftercare services or got her offered some type of help. But who knows if he offered it and who knows if he offered and she refused. But hopefully he offered her some type of help. The Hawaiian people were upset with Amy because she claimed to be Pele, which is the goddess of the volcanoes. So they were pissed at her and they made her leave. They threw rocks at her place and they had, I don't want to say picketed, but they gathered outside yelling at her house. They were upset, so they made her leave. Then we get to the next scene with Amy's son. Amy's son talks about how he found out that his mother wasn't coming home. He was 10 years old at the time. And he said at this point, he pities his mother. Her daughter was 5 when she just walked out and left. Her daughter, she appears to be a sweet young lady. And she states that she knows that her mom suffers from mental illness. So although she's upset with her mother, she doesn't blame her because she knows mental illness was the cause of her mother leaving. Amy was depressed after Hawaii. She knows she's dying, but they continue to ask for donations. The next scene is the members talking about the negative threats that they receive from the community and the press. After that, Amy goes to California. She goes to Mount Shasta. She goes there with Jason and Faith. Some of the members stay behind because they have to continue to run the business. They were ready for Amy to ascend. Amy reaches out to her daughter and to her sister one last time. Then they cut to a picture that's very haunting. It's a picture of Amy sitting up in a chair, and you can see that she's, blue, almost gray. Her feet are very swollen, so she's retaining fluid. So she looks very scary. At this point, they want to go back to Oregon. They cut to a picture of her in the car with Jason, and you can see like her tailbone in the back. She is very blue and very thin. 2 of the members go to Oregon to join Amy. At this point, Amy stops moving. Faith leaves because she can't take her passing. And later that evening, Amy passes away. And at this point in the story, it's sad and very tragic. It to me, it's just very tragic. But here comes Jason. Jason steps in to try and cheer up the group. So he's over there playing on the guitar, playing music. They're still tending to Amy as if she's alive. They're giving her water. They're still giving her the silver. I mean, why are you still giving this lady silver? They're using this EMF meter, and they're saying, hey, the meter is reacting to her. And I'm thinking maybe it's reacting because of all the silver that you have in her body. This is all happening at a hotel. Amy passes at a hotel. The hotel staff try to break in because when they wheeled her in, you can clearly see this lady was sick. So they tried to break in to check on Amy. At this point, the members move Amy to the forest, and they're hoping that the Galactics will take Amy's physical form. So, needless to say, that doesn't happen. They talk about Jason sleeping next to Amy while her body basically sleeping next to her in a tent. And Jason begins to drink a lot and is very distraught. So they tell some of the members they can go on and do their laundry and we'll stay back, go freshen up, take a day. So Jason and Elle, I believe, they take Amy back to Colorado. And so during this trip, they find out that Michael has taken about $250,000 from Amy's account. Jason gets Amy back to the house in Colorado. Michael walks in and sees Amy's body, and Michael goes to the cops, which I don't blame him. The cops arrest Jason and Elle. In all total, Michael took $330,000. That's what they claim from the account. And then we find out that there was nothing in Amy's name. So the house wasn't in Amy's name. None of the things were in Amy's name. Everything was set up in Michael's name. The members end up getting out of jail because the coroner stated the cause of death was organ failure, anorexia, and alcohol abuse. So there was no foul play to her body. She died of natural causes. At this point, the members try to find a new place to land, but they're still holding live streams, and they let everybody know kind of what happened and that Amy ascended. Michael on the back end dissolves all the websites along with taking the money. But the members, they feel like Amy's mission was complete. 1 year later, they cut to Ashley calling her mother after 10 years. Now, Ashley's mom was the mom who formed the Facebook group. And they also cut to Aurora, and she goes to see her mother. And then they give a kind of update on all the members. Now, what I thought was crazy and my mind was blown was that Amy was only 45 when she passed. And that was mind blowing to me because even before she started like the whole cult thing, when she married Amrit, she looked older. Like she looked a lot older. So you can tell whatever Amy went through was rough. It had to be hard for her to look that age. But that's how it ends. I hope you liked my review. If you did, please subscribe. Please click the thumbs up button. Comment down below if you have any thoughts to add. And thank you for checking out my review. Have a great day.